AI was supposed to make our lives better. It was supposed to save us time, make us more productive, improve healthcare, transform education. But there's a problem. AI is becoming more powerful and more widespread, yet people aren't necessarily becoming more enthusiastic about it. In fact, some of the latest data suggests the opposite. So why hasn't AI won people over yet? And could the biggest challenge facing the AI industry actually be trust? A recent TechCrunch report highlights a growing disconnect between how quickly AI is advancing and how people feel about it. One of the clearest examples come from Pew Research. According to the research cited by TechCrunch, 52% of Americans say they're more concerned than excited about the increasing use of AI in daily life. That's up from 37% in 2021. And this isn't simply a case of people refusing to use AI. AI is already everywhere. It's in search engines, email, phones, televisions, and productivity software. But here's the interesting part. Adoption doesn't automatically create acceptance. People can use AI every day and still be skeptical about where it's taking society. TechCrunch also points to a CNBC poll in which a majority of 18 to 34-year-olds said they didn't trust major AI industry leaders to act responsibly when it comes to AI. And another economist and YouGov poll found that more than 70% of Americans believe AI is advancing too quickly. So the concern isn't simply AI doesn't work. It's becoming, do we really want this happening this fast? And I think this is where the AI industry's messaging problem becomes really interesting. Companies have spent years talking about enormous future benefits. We're told AI could transform healthcare, accelerate science, create new businesses, and dramatically increase productivity. But what does the average person actually experience today? An AI summary of a web page, an AI assistant inside their email, an AI feature added to their TV? Maybe those features are useful, but for many people, they don't feel revolutionary, and that's where the disconnect starts. AI is becoming harder to avoid, but that doesn't mean people automatically see it as valuable. And at the same time, consumers are hearing about the potential cost. AI could affect jobs. Students are also using AI to cheat. Artists, writers, musicians, and publishers are fighting over how their work is used to train AI systems, and companies need enormous data centers to power all of this. So people are increasingly asking a very reasonable question. What's the benefit for me? If AI is going to change the way we work, what happens to my job? If it changes education, what happens to the value of a degree? If AI generates creative work, what happens to the people who created the original work? And if companies need massive data centers to run these systems, who absorbs the cost? Those aren't abstract questions anymore. They're becoming everyday economic and social questions. And the more powerful AI becomes, the more important those questions become. And this is where the story becomes a business problem. AI requires infrastructure, a lot of it. Data centers need electricity, cooling, land, and other resources. And communities are starting to push back. TechCrunch points to reporting that technology companies are offering increasingly attractive deals around major data center projects that can include job guarantees, infrastructure investments, clean water projects, and other local benefits. In also one reported case, teachers were even offered substantial bonuses linked to a major data center project. Think about what that tells us. AI is no longer just a software story. It's becoming a local political issue, a job issue, an infrastructure issue, and increasingly a trust issue. The message from the technology industry is essentially, we're building the future. But communities are increasingly asking, what does that future do for us? There's another trend that I found particularly interesting. At the same time, AI is becoming more powerful. Some younger consumers are showing renewed interest in technologies that does less. Dumb phones, point and shoot cameras, cassette tapes, CD players, classic iPods, offline hobbies, in-person activities. It would be easy to dismiss that as nostalgia, but maybe something deeper is happening. Maybe people aren't rejecting technology. Maybe they're becoming more selective about it. They want technology when it genuinely adds value, but they don't necessarily want technology everywhere all the time. And that's an important distinction for AI companies. What's especially interesting is that even people inside the AI industry are acknowledging the problem. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei recently described the negative public perception of AI as a crisis of trust, and he made a striking admission. He said, one of the most accurate criticisms of AI companies, including Anthropic, is that they haven't yet delivered enough of the promised benefits to the world. That's significant because for years, the industry has asked people to believe in the future. Now consumers are asking for evidence in the present. They want to see AI actually improve healthcare, actually improve education, actually make work better, and actually reduce costs, not just another chatbot feature. And that's why I think the biggest problem facing AI right now isn't necessarily capability. AI is already incredibly capable. The bigger challenge is value and trust. You can put AI into search, you can put it into email, you can also put it into phones, TVs, cars, and workplaces. You can make AI unavoidable, but you can't force people to believe that it's making their lives better. And maybe the industry made one major assumption. The widespread adoption would automatically lead to acceptance, but it hasn't. So perhaps the next phase of the AI race isn't simply going to be about building smarter models. It will be about building better products, products that solve real problems, products that provide obvious value, and products that people actually choose to use, not because AI was added to them, but because AI genuinely made them better. Because the future of AI won't be decided only by what these systems can do. It will also be decided by whether people want them to do it. Right now, AI may be winning the technology race, but it still has a long way to go to win the trust race. Has AI genuinely made your life better? Or are companies adding AI to products that didn't really need it? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe for more AI news and updates.